when the night is still and your soul is listening. Welcome to Tales of the Jinn.
Hey, I'm Marcel. Now that I'm over 50, the mistakes of my youth weigh heavily on me. I missed chances. I hurt people. Never out of cruelty, but ignorance. I just pray that God, in His mercy, forgives me. But today, I want to share a story from my childhood. A story so strange, so unbelievable, that everyone who's heard it was left stunned. I grew up in a well-off family of 6. I was the only boy, the second child. My father worked for a man named Haroun, a powerful, insanely rich factory owner. Even government officials showed him respect. Haroun trusted my father with everything: taxes, banking, secrets. And he often came to our house, mostly because he loved my mom's tas kebab. Now here's the thing about Haroun. He wasn't born into money. My father once slipped up and told us that Haroun came from nothing. His parents were gravediggers, dirt poor. So poor that they sold their other children. They tried to sell Haroun too, but fate had other plans. Haroun never talked about how he got rich, but it was clear my dad knew the truth and never told a soul. Haroun was always kind to us, but he had enemies, dangerous ones. They couldn't reach him, so they came after the people close to him, and unfortunately, that included us. I was 6 years old, playing in the park across from our house with my sister. A man approached us. He was limping and asked, "Where's the nearest shop?" My sister pointed the way, and the man said, "With this leg, how am I supposed to walk there and back?" I offered to go instead, but he said, No, you stay and play with me, let your sister go." Back then, we were taught to respect and help our elders, so my sister ran off to get the cigarettes. As soon as she disappeared, the man said, "Wait, I forgot to give her money. Let's go catch her." He led me into a quieter part of the park. Suddenly, his limp vanished. He was walking fast. Then, bam, a car pulled up. An old Peugeot. I was shoved inside. There were 3 men, all in suits. No masks, no violence. They told me, "Be a good boy and we'll take you home." For some reason, I wasn't even that scared. They took me to a large warehouse near a factory. Inside was a clean room with a bed. They fed me, spoke kindly. I wasn't tied up or hurt. It didn't feel like a kidnapping. But one night, they tore my shirt, smeared something red on it, and wrote a threatening letter. One of them delivered it to our home. That didn't go as they planned. The next morning, something unbelievable happened. I heard a woman's voice in my head. "Don't be afraid, I'm watching over you." The man guarding me jolted awake like from a nightmare. He started shouting, "Where's the boy?" I said, "I'm on the bed." He looked around and said he couldn't see me. He cried out, "God, I've gone blind." When the others came, they said his eyes looked fine, but he was shaking, terrified. They took me and him to a hospital. The doctor said, "His eyes are fine. It might be neurological." That night, the driver was watching me. Suddenly, it was like an invisible force lifted his chair and slammed it down. His arm broke so badly, the bones stuck out. I heard laughter. He did too. The next morning, their boss came. He looked furious and said, "This kid's under protection. Our fight's with Haroun, not him." On the third night, the boss took me to his home. He had a servant take care of me. On the fourth day, he brought me back to my house. My dad and Haroun were waiting. As soon as he handed me over, something horrifying happened. He started smashing his head against a wall and collapsed. Haroun walked over and said, "I spared you this time because you didn't harm Mersal. I knew where he was, but I wanted you to return him yourself." On the way inside, Haroun told my father, "They just wanted to mess with me. They never meant to hurt the boy." At home, my mom hugged me, crying. I told her they were kind to me. She said, "Someone kept calling, saying you were okay." I didn't believe them, but I hoped it was true. Years passed. When I was 12, Haroun had a stroke. Half his body was paralyzed. He came to stay with us for a while. One day, I brought him water and asked, "Uncle Haroun, why don't you go to France to see your wife?" He said, "There's no point. I won't recover." "How do you know?" Tears welled up in his eyes. He said, "The same woman's voice you heard in that warehouse, she told me my time is up." Then he told me about his childhood. His parents used black magic, dark rituals to control him. By age 7, all his hair had fallen off. He was tormented by evil spirits, running through the graveyard screaming. But one day, a holy man, a Said, was buried there. As his body was lowered into the ground, the spirit screamed and vanished. His parents died of fear on the spot. Then a glowing old man with a green cap appeared, touched Haroun's head, and said, "Your name is Haroun." 2 fiery spirits helped him escape the graveyard. Later, they guided him to wealth, power, and saved me when I was kidnapped. Now, he told me, they've come to take me. 4 days later, he passed away.